Jacob Zuma, the former president of South Africa, is once again in the center of controversy due to his leadership style and the assertion that he only represents the goals of the Black community in the nation. Before we continue, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. He is being criticized and scrutinized more and more for these reasons. The claims are made in the middle of heated discussions over governance, representation, and socioeconomic fairness in South Africa's complicated political environment. Former South African President Jacob Zuma, who in office from 2009 to 2018, is still a divisive figure in national politics. His supporters contend that his policies and leadership style have defended the rights of historically underprivileged groups, especially Black South Africans who nevertheless face ongoing socioeconomic inequality and problems. Because he is the only person in South Africa who embodies the goals of the Black community, Jacob Zuma is under continual assault, according to a spokesman for an advocacy organization that supports Zuma. The emotion is representative of larger feelings in certain South African social groups, where views about past injustices and racial inequalities continue to influence public opinion and political debate. On the other hand, detractors argue that accusations of corruption, poor administration, and a deterioration of institutional integrity characterized Zuma's presidency. Several controversies beset his administration, including claims of state capture, in which corporate interests reportedly exerted excessive influence over public decision-making processes for their own benefit. While Zuma may appeal to certain voters, political observers contend that accusations of corruption and poor administration have damaged his reputation and reduced public confidence in government agencies. The criticism aimed at Jacob Zuma stems from worries about responsibility, openness, and moral guidance, a political expert said, emphasizing the challenges of striking a balance between representation and efficient government. The controversy over Zuma's legacy and his function in articulating Black ambitions highlights more general conversations in South Africa after the end of apartheid about political representation and socioeconomic empowerment. The nation is still battling past injustices, ingrained inequality, and the desire for inclusive growth that benefits all of its residents, regardless of color or origin. The legacy of leaders like Jacob Zuma is still a hotly debated topic as South Africa gets ready for elections in the near future and navigates changing political circumstances. Demands for inclusive governance, respect for democratic institutions, and responsible leadership are heard in all facets of society, highlighting the significance of responsive and transparent political management. In conclusion, the discussion highlights the difficulties of leadership, governance, and the pursuit of socioeconomic justice in a country wrestling with its past and working toward a future of fair opportunity and prosperity for all of its citizens. Even though Jacob Zuma continues to draw both support and criticism for his alleged representation of Black aspirations in South Africa, a developing power struggle has the potential to drastically alter the political landscape of South Africa and its destiny. The possible influence of the MK Party, MKP, on Julius Malema, the charismatic leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, is a subject of growing conjecture. Is there a chance that this new political body will upset the current quo and change the power dynamics? Errol, an ex-user, has sparked conversations over the potential impact of the MKP on the EFF. He thinks the MKP, which has lately acquired some support, might seriously impede the EFF's advancement if it survives and develops into a national political force. Errol makes a very good point when he says that a successful MKP might limit Malema's power and maintain the EFF's vote percentage below 10%. Those who would love to see the MKP fail, such as those in the African National Congress, ANC, and the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, seem to be alarmed by this prospect. There are significant responses in the middle of these forecasts. One person accuses Errol of having a prejudice against the EFF and Malema, which is in line with the general opinion among EFF supporters. This individual contends that rather than being the product of objective investigation, Errol's critical criticism stems from personal distaste. The fan is confident in the EFF's future and predicts continuous growth and growing influence despite the criticism. The contemptuous attitude towards critics highlights the unwavering faith in the EFF's tenacity and prospects for prosperity. High stakes are involved. Both Malema's EFF and the ANC acknowledge the danger that the MKP's ascent poses. While Malema may see a decline in his political clout,